We're off of Cannes on the new flagship of Jeanneau's NC range, the NC14. It's quite interesting that it's the first NC boat to use IPS, either IPS 400 or 500 as we have on this boat. And they've also worked with Tony Castro on the hull, and the hull shape itself is interesting in that it's got quite an upright bow, and then that leads back to fuller aft section, so that the boat planes really quite early on, and we're doing 13 knots now, 12-13 knots, and it's beginning to plane, which is great obviously if it's rougher weather. The upshot of that is though, the ride can be quite firm at times. We're out in a reasonable chop stay and there have been a few slams and crashes through the cabin, but apart from that, this size of boat and the manoeuvrability you get with IPS is obviously always going to be a bonus. As for the driving side of things, the helmsman slot is pretty good, the view out is good, and you have the versatility of being able to sit like I am now obviously, or you can open up the sunroof, the side door, and you can stand and look out as you drive along as well, which is always a nice thing to be able to do. The NC range as a whole has always had party tricks up its sleeve, and the NC14 is absolutely no different, and it starts back here in the cockpit where you can either choose between having lots of room for the seating, or you can push this forward, give yourself more room on the bathing platform. And if you move up here, it continues. For example, this seat, lift it up, pull it this way, and these doors slide right across so you can sit and gaze out over the water. Move into the saloon, you realise that the NC14 is all about single level living, and that's why the galley is up here, concealed under this countertop, but you've got everything you need. Sink obviously, twin hob, and then near the cockpit where you're going to need it, you've got the big fridge. The dinette is also innovative. The table obviously folds out and twists around and can even be unbolted and moved around the boat if you want it to be. And then there are two stools down here which you can bring out and put this side of the table as well. This is a great little area, really nice place for breakfast because you're elevated and you've got a great view. Really good for when you're going along as well. And the table folds down and you can convert this into a sun pad, believe it or not, beneath the sunroof above our heads. And nice little touch, a window here for ventilation. So moving down into the accommodation, there's two cabins on this boat. You've got a twin guest cabin amidships, which in this guise has got an ensuite. This can be a walk-in wardrobe, and that means that both cabins would share the owner's ensuite, but when you see the size of this ensuite you may not want to share it because it's absolutely lovely. Huge shower area, loads of storage, really luxurious bathroom, and the cabin, as is the rest of the boat, is very versatile. You just have to do this and you go from having a double bed to two singles. So the NC14 may not be quite as sharp to drive as we liked, but it's a very comfortable cruising boat at a good range of speeds, and there's practical delights abound on board.